Good morning, students. So today we're going to talk about the strength of an acid and base, and we're going to talk about pH, what is pH, and what is pH scale. So first, let us understand about strong and weak acid. When we say strong acid or weak base, the strong here refers to the complete dissociation. Complete dissociation, or we can say complete ionization. When an acid is dissolved in water and if it produces more number of H plus ion, so it will be strong acid. Like for example HCl. If HCl is dissolved in water, for example let's take 100 molecules, just for example, and we get H3O plus Cl minus, like 100 H3O plus. This H plus is first of all dissociate. So if 100 molecules of HCl get ionized to 100 plus, we can say H plus ion, so it is called strong acid. Strong here refers to the we call ionization, complete ionization. It is not so like when you talk about like burning, if you add acid on your skin it will burn, surely it will burn, but it depends on the concentration, which we already talked in the previous lecture. What the concentration means, the number of moles of acid are more. If the water, for example, if you have hydrochloric acid is strong acid, but if you add, we can say 2 liter of water in just 10 ml of HCl, you have 10 ml of HCl and you are this 10 ml of HCl you are adding in, we can say 5 liter of water. Obviously now the acid will become dilute, okay, but still it will be called as a strong acid, because strong means the complete ionization. It has nothing to do with the concentration. Strong means when we say strong acid, it means complete ionization. So if hydrogen ion is produced more, H plus ion is produced more because of the complete ionization, and that's why it strongness or the strength is refers to complete ionization. And if we say weak, we can call it as a incomplete dissociation or incomplete ionization. Like when an acid, if you add in water and it dissociates partially or incompletely to produce less number of hydrogen ion, then that acid are known as weak acid. Okay, let's take an example here. Strong acid is hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, HNO3. All these acids, whether you add so much amount of water in them, like for example 10 ml and 1 liter, then also they will remain strong acid, because strong refers to the complete ionization. When you talk about weak acid, it means incomplete ionization. For example, all carbonic acid like H2CO3, if you add in water, what will happen? You will get H plus plus HCO3 minus, but very less. Most of it will remain as it is. If it is having 100 molecules, we can say 70-80 molecules will remain as it is, undissociated. Only 30% or we can say 20% will be dissociated into H plus and HCO3 minus. In the same way, oxalic acid, COOH, there are so many, all carbonic acids. This can be also written as H2C2O4. So all organic acids, carbon containing acids, they are generally weak acids. They give less H plus ion because of the less stability of the ions. So this was about the strength. In the same way for base, if base dissociate completely, it is known as strong base or strong alkali. If the base does not dissociate, or we can say partially dissociate, it is known as weak base. Okay, so strongness refer to this. Now we're going to talk about the estimation, or we can say how can we identify strong acid, or we can say how can we identify the acid base, which we already talked about with the indicator. But let's talk about the quantitative value by using universal indicator. So first topic, which this was already discussed in the last lecture. Now let's talk about pH universal indicator. Okay, let me just erase this. Like for example, indicators. Indicators indicate us whether a solution is acid or basic. For example, litmus paper. By using litmus paper, we can identify acid or basic solution. But we don't have an exact, we can say, or value how much it is, how much strong it is. So for that we have universal indicators. So what is universal indicator? It is a mixture of several indicators. And the color of this universal indicator is like greenish yellow. So by using this universal indicator, we can, for example, get an value, approximate value, universal indicator. Okay, and indicators like litmus paper, common indicators, litmus paper, litmus solution, methyl orange, okay, etc. And universal indicator is actually mixture of several indicator. Color of universal indicator is greenish yellow, or we can say green. Now this universal common indicators like litmus paper, they just give the idea about acidic or basic. Like for example, acid turns to red, blue litmus paper red. So if blue litmus paper turns red, it means acidic. If red litmus paper turns blue, it means basic. But we don't have an idea, like for example, whether this is a, we can say, stronger acid or weak acid, or it is having more concentration. But by using universal indicator, this universal indicator, if you add to an acidic solution or basic solution, it will change its color, and that change color can give us an approximate idea about its concentration, like how about its, like can say about it like more strong, or we can say less. So first there is, let's talk about pH. pH stands for potential of hydrogen ion. It comes from the word potens, a German word. So in 1909, a German scientist Sorensen, he developed a pH scale. He developed a pH scale, and this pH scale measures the concentration of hydrogen ion in a solution. What does pH scale do? pH scale measures the concentration of hydrogen ion in solution. So pH स्केल से हमें पता चलेगा कि सॉल्यूशन में H प्लस ज़्यादा है कम है. So this pH scales is developed by German scientist named Sorensen in 1909, and this pH is always written as a small p and capital H, where P means potence means potential of hydrogen ion. So more number of hydrogen ion, it means more acidic. Okay, less number of hydrogen ion means less acidic, or we can say it is going towards the basic nature. So pH scale, let's talk about. First of all, pH scale can be defined as a scale which measures the concentration of hydrogen ion. Is that okay? Okay, now let's talk about pH scale. pH scale is actually from 0 to 14. One, two, 10, 11. Okay, so pH scale is from 0 to 14, where 0 is highly acidic, and 14 is highly basic, alkaline, or we can say basic, and 7 is neutral. So if you are moving from 7 to 0, hydrogen ion concentration increases. If I'm moving from 0 to H plus ion, concentration decreases. Okay. 7 is neutral. Okay. So we have to remember, if it is highly acidic, the pH will be 0. If it is 1, it will be less acidic. If it is, we can say 2, less acidic, again less acidic, again less acidic. Okay, so highly acidic is 0. And the basic nature increases from 7. You can see, and this is neutral. The pH of distilled water, or pure water without any ions, a pure water will have 7 pH, and highly concentrated HCl, 1 molar HCl would be having 0 pH, and 1 molar of NaOH would be having 14 pH. Okay, and milk of magnesia would be having 10 pH, citric acid, lemon juice will be having 2.5 pH. Okay, so this is about pH scale. It starts from 0, it's end at 14. Okay, so pH scale gives us about the idea of the H plus ion concentration. I hope you understood. Now always remember, when you're going from 7 to 0, the acidic nature increases. Okay, you can see acidic nature increases, and when you're going from 7 to 14, the basic nature increases. So if a solution is having 3 pH and if a solution is having 5 pH, which is more acidic? 3. Okay, because with 3, the pH value, less the pH value, more the acidic nature, and more the pH value, more is the alkaline, or we can say more the basic nature. Now let's talk about universal indicator. Universal indicator is actually mixture of several indicators. Okay, it is a mixture of several indicators. It is greenish yellow color, and if you have a solution and you are not knowing about the acidic nature or basic nature, or for example, you have two solutions, solution A, solution B, and let me tell you, both are acidic. If you have two solutions, both are acidic, and we are using litmus paper, methyl orange. Litmus paper, we know that blue litmus paper turns red. In both cases, blue litmus paper turns red. In solution A also, solution B also. It means both are acidic. But we want to know which is more acidic. I hope you understood. So this universal indicator will help us to give us the approximate pH value, or we can say approximate value which is more acidic. It is greenish yellow color. If you add in both solution, This greenish color will change in both cases. And what will the color change? I hope you remember Vibgyor, the rainbow color. Okay, now let me tell you the approximate color change of universal indicator. Let's take from your violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So at 13 to 14 pH would be violet, then 11 to 12, 9 to 10, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 we can say. So the universal indicator is the greenish yellow color solutions. We can also make pH paper from by impregnating the, we can say, pH point the universal indicator, and this universal indicator will change its color from greenish yellow or green color to several different colors. If it changes the color from greenish to orange and greenish to red, so we can have idea if it's changed to orange, if it's changed to red. So obviously one which turns red will be more acidic and one which turns orange will be less acidic. We can have approximate idea. The red one would be having 1 or 2 pH and orange one would be having 3 to 4 pH approximately. But in case of litmus paper, we don't get any idea about the pH value. We don't get any idea about the hydrogen ion concentration. But by using universal indicator, we can get approximate idea about the concentration. And to get exact pH, we have to use a pH meter instrument which can give us the idea about the strength of a acid or strength of a base. So this was about the pH scale. I hope you understood. More the pH, it is more basic. Less the pH, less acidic. Okay, now I want to give you some questions, like if pH is 3 and pH is 5, which is more acidic? You can write down your answers in your notebook. And if the pH value is 10 and pH value is 12, which is more basic? Okay, so this was about some questions related to pH scale, and next topic will be pH in our day-to-day life. On this pH value, so many things works. We will talk about digestions, like how digestion, we can say how pH helps in our digestion, how our food is digested due to at different pH values, how pH affects in our tooth decay and several things. Okay, I hope you understood.